Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to The Walk. Today is Thursday, December 14th, and today we are continuing to talk more about how Satan is the imitator of God. He takes things that God has created and he tries to twist it so that we are no longer worshiping the Creator, but we're worshiping the Creator. He tries to make it all about that symbol. And as I'm thinking this through, we had so many pagan gods in the Old Testament and even in the New Testament. You had the sun god, you have the god of virginity, you had God after God after God after God. And when you boil down what all of those things were, they were symbols of things that God had created or things that God had done. The sun was created by God. We saw that at the very beginning of the week, that the Lord told us that we should use the signs in the sky as a way to measure time, as a way to see the seasons happen and all those things. And it became that the people were worshiping the sun, which was created, rather than the creator of the sun, which was God. So what are we talking about today? Well, today we're talking about the flood and the first rainbow. And the interesting thing here is it's a huge, huge part of what God has done for us. When Moses was building that ark, I don't know if a lot of people knew this, but at that point, the water was hydrated because dew would come up from out of the ground and the dew would sit on the grass. So when when Noah told the people that it was going to rain for 40 days and 40 nights, they didn't even know what rain was. They didn't know that when the rain showered down and the sunlight filtered through that rain, it would cause a rainbow. They didn't know that that was a scientific fact at that point. So when we look at this and we start to understand the magnitude of what happened when God gave us that symbol as a promise that he would never flood the earth again, once again, we have to stay focused on the Creator rather than in the creation. So where do we find this? It's in Genesis 9, verses 12 to 13, and it says, "And God said, 'This is the sign of the covenant that I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for all generations.'" Is it the focus of the worship? No, it's a sign of the covenant, which also means promise, that God is making between him and every living creature that's with us. That means my dog is a part of this promise. Every living creature gets to be a part of this promise. "I have set my bow," this is verse 13, "in the cloud, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and earth." When you think about it, when the sun shines through that rain-filled cloud and filters through that moisture, we get a rainbow. It has become a scientific fact. It's something that I can count on. I can go out in my front yard, I can turn on my hose on a sunny day, and if I look at the right angle, I will see a rainbow. Yes, it is a scientific thing, but it is also part of God's creation. Now, Satan has tried to pull that promise out of that symbol and get people to focus on the symbol. And there's so many examples of how he's done that, one of them being gay pride. That has become a symbol for homosexual pride, and it has nothing to do with God in the way that they're presenting it. Why? They've gotten off of worshiping the Creator, and they have decided that this symbol of creation is going to represent them. And in that way, it is being worshiped. So we need to be aware of the fact that Satan is he is the temporary ruler of this fallen world, but God is still the Creator. And he's still on top of things. He is the one that has that authority. And in the end, it goes God's way. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.